is where this game of football is really going to be played right about now. The look of things, when you look at the pitch, looks like all is hate for the big stage, big game that Arsenal is really going to be taking on the side of Liverpool. And guess what? It's really going to be the game that is going to be climaxing Arsenal's stay in the US. But for Liverpool, they're going to be playing Manchester United next into the next 2-3 days, because it's really going to be happening on the 3rd of this month. So welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And guess what my name is? It's Rokani David, and hope you guys are really having fun. I've gone ahead to just break in a story that Fabrizio Romano has just gone ahead to put up on his X account that Merino to Arsenal is very close. Arsenal having gone ahead to agree personal terms with the side of Arsenal having gone ahead to agree personal terms with the side of Mikel Merino. They are now working hard to see to it that they really get into the mix and obviously agree an agreement, or agree a fee with Sporting Lisbon to see that everything really comes to pass and goes to where Arsenal wants it to be. And as we speak right now, Arsenal are really just trying to really negotiate a fee in excess of 30 million euros to see to it that this player comes to their side. So, but to leave that aside, Arsenal is really having a very big game to play today, and they're going to be taking on the side of Liverpool, and Mikel Arteta has gone ahead obviously come up and really name his starting 11, and this is and this is it. And this is it. Karl Hein, Benjamin White, Jakub Kiwior, Gabriel Magalhaes, Zinchenko, Thomas Partey, Kai Havertz, Odegaard, Reece Nelson, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus. When we look at the substitutes, there is Setford, Nyegard, Rogers, Haven, Lewis Kelly, Nicolas Rekic, Jorginho, Rosiak, Salah, Akoa, Vieira, Trossard, Sago Junior, Nwaneri, and Eddie Nketiah. That is the starting 11 and the substitutes for the club of Arsenal in this beautiful encounter, where they expected to come out and obviously showcase exactly what they're made of. Now, after that, there is this other side known as Liverpool. They're having Kahela, Sobasilai, Mohamed Salah, Curtis Jones, who was really a doubt for this game, but very many people are really going to be surprised that he's on to the move, obviously coming through and really put in a shift. Then you talk about Elliot, Javi, Diego Jota, Smiskas, Carvalho, Van de Beek, Quanch, Bradley. That is the starting 11 for the side of Liverpool. And when you go to what we call the substitutes, there is Jaros, Pitalga, Davis, Endo, Konate is in the mix, Gravenberch, Bajcetic, Chambers, Phillips, Gordon, Diok, McNeil, Beck, Malo, Comas, Maton, Blair, Stephenson, and Nyoni. That is the bench of the side of Liverpool as they prepare to take on the side of Arsenal. So both managers are really ready, and I think it's one of those moments that Mikel Arteta is going to be taking on Ancelotti. Rare occasion, because I never saw Arteta playing Feyenoord. Did Arsenal play Feyenoord in the European competition ever since they came in through? Maybe he met him somewhere else, but not into the recent times in Europe, right? But he's really one of those managers that has gone ahead obviously put out a very huge goal for his team. He has trained the team, and the team is ready to obviously take on the big games. Now we go to what we call the starting 11 as put out by the managers, and this comes in through with the right formation that is going to be put out by the teams. Now, Arsenal really having Karl Hein in goal. That is it. Goalkeeper, and he has gone ahead obviously look good, but in the previous 2 games they played in the US, he has failed to keep a clean sheet. Conceded 1 against Manchester United, conceded 1 against Bournemouth. So today we are waiting to see whether he can keep a clean sheet against a Liverpool side that is really looking more deadly and more sharp. Benjamin White into the mix. He's really going to be played into the right back position for the side of Arsenal, and is going to be given the best that he really deserves in as a player for the club of Arsenal. Then Zinchenko is going to be played as the left back. As you see him there, he's going to be played in as the left back for the side of Liverpool. And Mohamed Salah is really going to be having a huge goal. You know, it's going to be an easy work for him, because I know exactly what it means to obviously be having such a goal for such a game. So Salah, he's really going to score Zinchenko, because this is what he has always going to have to do on a regular. Every time he has going to have to face him in any tournament, he has going to have to find himself giving him a very, very, very huge goal. Then there is Jakub Kiwior into the mix on the right side of the central defense, though he's left-footed, but he has been put to play as at the right side of the central defense. Then Gabriel Magalhaes is obviously going to be playing into the left side of the central defense. That is the man himself, and obviously that is what the back five of Arsenal is going to be looking like. Now, when you go to the midfield, if at all you watched my match preview that I went ahead to do some hours back, I guessed it right. Thomas Partey is back into the stadium area. Odegaard as a number 10 and Kai Havertz as a number 8. And I've been one of those people that has occasionally spoken out that Arsenal looks like they're going to be taking back Kai Havertz into the midfield a little bit in certain games to obviously create space for Gabriel Jesus. And when you hear what the manager of Arsenal has gone ahead to say about Gabriel Jesus, he has come out and referred to him as a player that has gone ahead to improve his sharpness, and he believes that he's really in the best shape ever to come in through and really get everything done and dusted for the side of Arsenal. So the manager is really so much proactive of Gabriel Jesus, believes that he's the right man. And guess what? He might be on target tonight, because he was on target even yesterday. You understand? Even yesterday, even when they're playing against Manchester United, he was on target. When they're playing against Leighton Orient, he was on target again. 3 games played, 2 goals. And today, I believe he might find himself on target again as he plays his 4th game of the preseason, as he prepares to obviously torment the opponents that Arsenal are really going to be facing next after Liverpool. There is Bayern Leverkusen and Lyon. If he happens himself into the mode of scoring, I tell you, it's really going to be hard for Arteta to bench the player. As I told you about Gabriel Martinelli in the match preview, that he loves Martinelli, he loves Saka. When they really look like in the mood, there is no way he's really going to come up and really stop them from obviously doing the needful. So, as it stands, that is the midfield 3 for the club of Arsenal. Then, the attacking line, Reece Nelson, right forward for the side of Arsenal. Then, Martinelli on the left and Gabriel Jesus through the center. I'm asking myself, what is wrong with Fabio Vieira, right? Because Fabio Vieira is a very, very, very good player, right? And I believe he's really doing a very good job. And the last time he started, he put up a show, right? He went ahead to put up a show. We all remember, right? He put up a show and everyone was like, all right, the show is really right. And let's continue to obviously put in the best way possible to see to it that everything really comes to pass. But this time round, I've been shocked that in the previous 2 games, that of Manchester United, he played off the bench. And even this one of Liverpool, he has been played off the bench. And if he cannot get in right now, that means he will never get in. That is it. That is it. He will never get in. And if I told him Fabio Vieira, I have to be telling my agent that, please, can you get me a team to play in? Because Merino is not yet here. He's on his way coming to Arsenal, and this guy is not getting into the team. You get? Saka is not here. Declan Rice is not here. The man is not getting into the team. Do you want to let me know that he'll get into the team when the side of Arsenal is really having all those players back, plus the new signings? Yet Arsenal is looking to sign in a right winger, a centre forward, and another midfielder, meaning that all those positions being added onto very many other players. This guy Fabio Vieira won't be having any position to play or any role to play into the team of Arsenal, and I think his role is nowhere to be seen. So for me, I feel bad for him, and I think it's high time he obviously knocked on the door of Mikel Arteta and asked him what exactly he has to obviously be doing into the mix. And shockingly, there is no Julian Timber onto this team, and he might have gone ahead to obviously get an injury or a knock. And Arteta will obviously have to explain this to us. And I was so much shocked, by the way, that how come Julian Timber is not really playing, and he might have gone ahead to sustain an injury, and that's why the manager is like, I'm not going to be playing him yet. He was one of the best players for Arsenal in this preseason, and we can all agree that he has always gone ahead to come in through and put in a very big shift in there. Now, from there, let's obviously go to the side of Liverpool and see what system is Arne Slot going to be using to obviously face off with the side of Arsenal. Kahela in goal. It's a system of 4-3-3, and Bradley is going to be played as the right back. Then Smiskas left back. Quanch is going to come in through and obviously get into what we call the right-sided centre back. Van de Beek is going to be played as a left-sided centre back, right? Then here we're going to be having Szoboszlai coming into the mix to put in a shift. Szoboszlai is going to be coming through to put in a shift, he's going to be played into the CDM area, right? Then Curtis Jones on the right side of Szoboszlai and Harvey Elliott on the left side of the guy. And looks like, how does he not obviously get in a buy or a guy called how does he fail to get in a guy called Endo? Because when you look at Szoboszlai, he's not a CDM, and I'm going to hit to read somewhere from a very close source of Liverpool informing to us that this is a confirmation that Arne Slot wanted what we call a player who is really a ball carrier, that is really press resistant and obviously gets that ball from the back four and obviously connects to the midfield. And we're going to see, is it really going to work out well? Because in the previous games, it has been Wataru Endo, and we don't know what is going to obviously happen to Wataru Endo. Curtis Jones is one of those players that we anticipated that was really injured, but he has found himself returning to do the needful and obviously put in the very huge shift for the guy. After that, Mohamed Salah, right forward, Carvalho Fabio, left forward, and then Diogo Jota is going to be leading the line for the side of Liverpool. This Liverpool side is really deadly. We've gone ahead to see to edit that. However, much they're really lacking Virgil van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, McAllister, and Darwin Núñez, not forgetting Cody Gakpo. It can come in through and obviously shock you, because most of the players you see into this team have gone ahead to obviously be tested on big occasions, apart from, I think, Van de Beek, but the rest have gone ahead to play against big teams, and it's not the first time that they're really being tested. I tell you what, it's great, and it's happening to see to it that everything is really going to be coming to pass on the side of Liverpool, and that's what they've gone ahead to show us. And Bradley, Martinelli, That is the battle. How is it going to end? Rest Nelson is going to be taking on Simiskas, right? Then Gabriel Jesus, Quanch, and Van de Beek, two young center backs, but Quanch has gone ahead to play a lot last season. He has a lot of experience. He has gone ahead to face Gabriel Jesus a lot into the Premier League. So we are here waiting to see how they're really going to really future, But this side of Liverpool is really strong, and the side of Arsenal is really strong. We are waiting to see who is going to be who and what manager is really going to be deploying which tactics into this game of football. So, hope you guys are really having fun. I'm having Kezei Isa saying Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1, Emma Oriokot. Good morning, my brother. Good morning to you. How are you? And hope you're really having a very, very good go into the mix. So continue to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Looks like Julian Timber is really walking onto the pitch, and he's really not looking okay. And the manager will obviously come here to explain to us why it's like that Julian Timber is not part of the Arsenal side, right? And you're here waiting to see how everything is really going to be panning out, and the players are really getting onto the pitch, and Arsenal is donned into a black jersey, and Martin Odegaard, the captain, is really heading or leading the players out of the tunnel, and we are going to be really giving you a snippet for the first 10-15 minutes, and then we'll sign out and return when the game of football is done and dusted with what we call the match day, with what we call the match reaction into the mix. And it's going to be starting in the next going to come, and that means that around 4 the game will be done and dusted, and we will be bringing you the best. Moses says, good morning, how are you? You can as well go in there and put in your prediction and really tell us what you think the game of football is going to be like, and what result is really going to be presented by any of these sides. Liverpool fans in Philadelphia are really buzzing, and they're like, obviously we are gonna beat Arsenal, and Arsenal is like, we are obviously gonna take on Liverpool. But I tell you, Arsenal really has an edge into this game, and my prediction is obviously a 3-1 win for the club of Arsenal, because I know that their players have gone ahead to sharpen more and more, and the return of Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Kai Havertz, those 3 buttons added to the side of Arsenal, that is really huge, and we are waiting to see how everything is really doing this. Go ahead and really look for an app called His Goal, HESGOAL. Look for it. You're going to be watching that game. Look for His Goal, HESGOAL. You will watch the beautiful game of football. And even if you go into the group, WhatsApp group of this channel, they've already gonna hit obviously add in what we call a link. Links are there. You can follow them up and obviously see yourself really playing into the mix and watching that game live. Players of Arsenal are walking onto the field of play, and all is really gonna be up and running. And I tell you what, it's really great, really great in here, and no one is really gonna miss out onto everything. So let me end this poll and see how you guys are gonna hit to vote. You get end the poll. 77% win for Arsenal, 18% for Liverpool, draw 4, and that is what people have gonna hit obviously put out. And we are here. Onslaught is here, and already guys, they're really trying to throw in those they're called what, the colorful what are they really called, forgotten their name, but they're being thrown to the pitch. But Liverpool is really great. I just want to look at Van de Beek and see how he really features into this game of football. But as it stands, Arteta is going to head to shake hands with Onslaught into the mix. So the game is really going to be up and running, and it's really going to be starting in the nick of time. Ricardo Carafiori not part of the Arsenal squad to feature, but he's part of the squad that is seated to really watch the game of football go on. And he hasn't been able to take part into the Arsenal game in what I thought was going to be his debut, but is not. The game is happening right now. It's starting now. I'm having Hangington coming in and asking, what time is the game? The game is happening now, as in now. You get now. That's when the game of football is really happening. So that is it, and it's obviously Carafiori, and that means his debut might come in through when Arsenal is playing against Bayern Leverkusen at Emirates. That is next Wednesday. After this game of football, Arsenal is going to be flying back to London, rest for the weekend, and I think they'll resume training on Monday, because if they board after the game, they'll obviously reach London around evening time in London, and they'll obviously go to their respective homes and they'll rest. After resting, they'll find themselves in a proper position to really get back to training. Tuesday or Wednesday, I think that's when they'll come in through. And I tell you what, they'll be even blessed with the arrival of a player called Merino, because Arsenal is closing in on Mikel Merino, and here we go, is not far off from right now. So guys, allow me to end it from here. After ending it from here, I'm going to be letting you know what the game has been like when the referee blows the final whistle, and the rest is going to be history. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I'm out.